Hi there, my name is Christopher Witecki and I'm an astrologer, and I believe I'm the most accurate astrologer you've ever witnessed. Check out for yourself. I've got a new video called the Act 2 videos of 2012. For just $4.95, I will blow your mind. Come on down to soulmart.me. Soul Garden. Hello, Ambassador Gemini, and welcome to Soul Horoscopes Weekly Edition. I'm your host to the universe, Christopher Witecki. And by the way, you do have friends out there in the world called SoulGarden.me. It's a social network of remarkable souls living their brightest. If you want to live your brightest, or already do, there's a place for you. Come on down. We've got a lot of Geminis tweeting and talking to each other all day. And it is a hard month, huh, Gemini? A very hard month. You are being forced to face your faith. You are being forced to find your own God consciousness. You're being forced to face your subconscious sabotaging behavior. What in your subconscious sabotages things? And maybe you kind of discovered that part of you. But in the next 60 days, as I talk about in the Act 2 videos, this is the most intense part of the year for Geminis, because they're going to have to connect to your psychic sense and your sense of spirit and let go of what your mind says. Not a fun thing. Now we start on Monday, breakdown. This is where something may really break down. That may be it may be a karmic situation. In other words, it might be something that's been brewing for a long time and finally just slips. It can't happen anymore, and it goes too far. That breakdown is the beginning of your healing, but it sure doesn't feel that way. The moon is in Taurus at the same time, so your emotions are coming out of this painful event, or feeling it, or being on the high tides. Then in the afternoon, the moon moves into Gemini, so you do get an emotional pick-me-up with your ego, but considering what you've been through, your ego might get overly passionate or want to go too far. Try not to project your problems on the world. When the moon moves into Gemini, that's going to be something you're going to want to do, talk it off, yell. You might move into the actual storm of fighting at that point. But what really is happening is there is a part of you that doesn't have faith due to karma, due to issues of your childhood, due to issues of a past life, if you believe that. That stuff stirs you, it gets at you, and it's tearing you down now. It's time to find it and pull it out. We're talking about weeding your soul garden in a big way. So on Monday, not so much fun. On Tuesday, things flip around a bit. For one, you're blessed with a healing. Venus and the moon creates Love Fest Day, the most powerful day to give and receive, to tell people that you love them, to kind of breathe in and out the love. Your ego is restored. Your face is restored. You feel better in this way. At the same time, the sun, ruled by your home planet Mercury, gives you clarity of how that happened yesterday. How did that happen? So it's going to be a very active day for the twins, talking about what happened, why that happened, but starting to feel better as the day goes on, because your emotions are very public. Now, you may feel very vulnerable if you had a hard time on Monday, because your emotions are picking up on whatever's in your surrounding space with the moon transiting into the house of ego. Now, this big triangle that you see here is a soul pyramid that's in effect through mid-May. I've talked about this a lot, but what it represents is as the sun, the epicenter of the triangle, moves and expands and creates all sort of learning, which we just had a breakdown and a breakthrough, then these other parts of your life are updated. On the one hand, your ability to take care of yourself, represented by Mars. You have to move forward and take care of yourself through this whole process. But a wound here will get you to do that, right? And then Pluto, your boundaries, your trust issues. You've got to move forward. What you used to trust, you can't trust anymore. What you used to trust in yourself, you may or may not be able to trust anymore. What does trust come down to? Where you draw a boundary. You lock the door, boom. It's a solid boundary, no one should come in. When people have breakdowns, a lot of times they just assume the door was locked. They just assume the person knew. They just didn't even know someone could walk in or do that, or they could be tricked on that level. So ignorance is not bliss when it's a trust intimacy issue. On Wednesday, Venus then rules the day, so you'll actually begin to feel much better on the inside. Faith restored by Wednesday for the Geminis, or temporary faith, okay? Band-aids to the faith. little things that will help you feel better. Venus also allows you to be loved by your guides and to connect to your higher self in that sense and to restore balance and order spiritually. And again, don't forget everything gets updated when this happens. The moon is still in Gemini, so your character and personality are in the upfront. So you're feeling pretty strong on Wednesday all around. Thursday, things get cloudy again. Not in a bad way, just in a detached way. On the one hand, the moon moves into Cancer, so suddenly self-esteem is an issue. Suddenly money's an issue. Suddenly can I pay for these things is an issue. If you know you're going to need therapy or some sort of extra support for your weeding and your healing, then suddenly you might be concerned about money, or can you do it, can you make it, whatever. That circling energy is just kind of getting a feel of where your confidence it is. You don't have to go with it. You don't have to buy it. And of course, because you are dealing with a psychic transit anyways, you are uber super psychic. In fact, a lot of the thoughts that you might have or the conversations you have in your head are actually psychic conversations, where maybe you're picking up really on what person is thinking. You can really tell what that person is thinking and whatnot. So I'm going to be recommending meditation, doing a little grounding, maybe a little exercise. In this psychic transit, sometimes just getting in the body and exercising will make you feel a lot better. All right, we have to go to a quick commercial, but when I come back, your Happy Friday dance and your weekend forecast after this. Live, love, be. Do you always date the boring person because it's safe? How come you always date the cheater? Are you always dating someone that tries to boss you around? Really? How come you're always dating your grandpa? Come on, you got father issues. Admit it. This is the video that answers all your questions. We call it Secrets of Birthdays, the Love and Lust Report. When it comes to the secrets of you and love and you and lust, we cover it all. All those sexy secrets are available at secretsofbirthdays.com. Hello, Your Royal Majesty, and welcome back. And that brings us to Friday. Thank goddess it's Friday. That's my new version. That's because it's Friday, and it's a good Friday. Not in a Catholic way. Saturn rules the day, which means it's time to make some decisions. Remember, Saturn is the decision engine in our consciousness. Saturn is what allows us to cut through the crap. Those blades, which they call rings, are sharp. Now, the point is to cut from what should not be in your life. What you don't want, all right? So you don't want to be in that career position again, and you don't want to make the wrong decisions again, because decision making or career both are strong themes this month, Your Majesty, okay? So look for the wrong decision as much as you look for the big picture of I'm in the wrong business, It's the small stuff a lot of times. But making the decision of what you want to end allows you to move forward. This is the cutting of the dead weight. This is finding the enemy of your career's progress. What has been holding back your career all along? That is the key question. What holds it back? What in you holds it back? That is the enemy of progress. That's what the Saturn is going to point at and blame. Keep in mind, you're spiritually very underground. The moon is in Cancer, so you might be searching for faith. Your emotions might be stirring for faith. Your emotions might be stirring. That turns into tummy aches, by the way, as well with the moon in Cancer. But it's all still about you decide here, and the rest of you is going to feel better. You're going to feel more valuable. Okay, and you're going to also feel like your life is changing. Now on Saturday, there's things just all perk up and get good. For one, the moon moves into Leo, so it's sunny and cool for the Leos on Saturday and Sunday. So emotions and ego are on the same team. That's what happens when it's in your sign, when the moon's in your sign. So you're passionate, you're persuasive, you got your kitty cat kind of walk down again, that cat walk that you do. It is all that. So that gives you probably the strength and charisma to make it right again, whatever that is. You're feeling more like yourself. But Mars is ruling the day on Saturday, and that's giving you a lot of aggressive energy to go ahead and push to the next level in your career. Go ahead and push to the next legacy. Go ahead and enforce those decisions. You made the decision, now act on it. Show yourself that you mean business and light up the soul pyramid so that it all carries through to these three parts of your life. Now Sunday, you're still feeling sunny and cool, but you don't want to step back. It is a manifestation day. Taurus, Earth is a ruling planet, so we just want to hold and just hold, right? Create a little dent right there in reality where you're going to create a new career and definitely butt up against the old one that is now officially beginning to die. All right, Your Royal Majesty, that's all I have for this week. But don't worry, next week things heat up because that sun is going to hit Jupiter. And when it happens, your career will go forward. So do the soul work, and I'll see you in 7 days. Live, love, be.